Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. And it's a very special day because every year our third grade class, which is all of you, collects money for our Have a Heart food drive for the township. Yes? Yes. You all did a fantastic job collecting all of this food for our food pantry. And I want to give you a round of applause for doing that. Okay? We have some very, very special guests here. First, our mayor. We saw him last week. We have people from our food pantry that are sitting over there. We have, over here, people from our business community. Okay, so let's give everybody a hand for being here. And we want to thank them for coming to our school to collect the food. Now I'm going to turn it over to our mayor, Mayor McCormick.
Thank you very much, Principal Martino. How you guys doing? Good. First, I'm going to tell you a little secret. I got my first Valentine about 5 minutes ago. A nice little Valentine's card, and in the back it says, to Mayor McCormick, and it says from, but I'm not telling you who it's from. You know, how do you know who it's from?
And she told us.
She told you?
Yeah!
It was supposed to be our secret.
No.
Can I tell you something? When I was a third grade boy, I didn't get any Valentines from third grade girls. No. No, I didn't. I was a quiet little shy kid, stayed in the corner by myself, wasn't very popular, and no third grade girls ever gave me a Valentine until now. And now I got one. How cool is that? I'm so happy today. So I guess if you all know who it is, does the person mind if I say who it is? Yes. They mind or they don't mind? They don't mind. Well, I guess if you all know, it's Michaela. My girl. So you made my day, Michaela. This is really cool. I haven't gotten a Valentine in such a long, long time. So the other day I was walking down the street, right? And you know what I found in my head? What? A nest, right? I found a nest in my head. And you know what was in the nest? A bird. And you know what was in the nest with the bird? An egg, right? See, you guys don't know. Last week we had a little session here with the whole class. And everybody in School 26 is learning sign language. And I get to read to the kids, except as I read to the kid, well, you know this, you don't know this. As I read to the kids, there was a screen and a teacher from Woodbridge High School was following along, and she was signing all the words as I was reading them. And these kids were amazing. So that's why I wanted to quiz you a week later and see if you still remembered, and you guys do. I tell you, I've been mayor over 11 years. That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in grammar school since I've been mayor. All you guys learning sign language. I think that was tremendous. So I want to thank you guys. I want to thank your principal, Miss Martino, and thank your teachers. I thought it was just an amazing thing you guys are learning because, like I said that day, you never know when you're going to need it, right? You never know, a family member, somebody you meet in school, somebody you meet at work, and all of a sudden, if you know sign language, it'll be great for you and them when you meet somebody that needs it. So anyway, we're here today for the Have a Heart Food Drive. It's one of the best events we have all year, because it puts a lot of people together who are important. You got elected officials, you got the principals and teachers, you have the businesses, and you have the volunteers, and you have all you guys as the students. And we all come together to celebrate this Have a Heart Food Drive. Now, the reason Have a Heart Food Drive is important, who wants to guess? What happens around like November, December? People always think about food banks, right? Because it's the holidays and you think, oh, someone's going to be hungry for the holidays, so people always think about food drives in November and December. Then what happens when the new year starts? What do people do? Right? They what? No, what do they do? They don't remember it anymore. They forget, right? You kind of forget after Christmas and New Year's and Thanksgiving and all the holidays, you forget. So January and February are very difficult months for people who need food because people don't think to donate it. So that's why this is Peter Barcelona, way back 23, 4 years ago, when he still works for the town, he started the Have a Heart Food Drive, and it's tied to Valentine's Day. So in January and February, when people don't think of it, we ask them to think of it. And we ask people to give us either $214, who knows what's the significance of the number 214, what? What? Right, 2/14 Valentine's Day is February 14th. So we asked people to give us either $214 or 214 pounds of food. And so far this year, with the check we're going to get that you're going to see there, we're just a little bit behind last year, but we still have a bunch of time to get more. And on the food, we're almost the same as last year too. So that's great, because every year we try to get more and more food for the people who need it. So let me first introduce to you guys, well, you met them last, well, you weren't here last week, no. Peter Barcelona works for the town, and he is in charge of kind of coordinating everything between the people who give the food and the people who need the food. In between are people like Peter and the ladies and gentlemen over here. They're the ones that take what they get and they work on it and they categorize it and they package it and they get it ready and get it out to the people who need it. So I'm going to ask Peter to say a few words about the whole effort and how important it is. So go ahead, Peter.
Good morning, boys and girls. Thank you very much for the food. But as the mayor said, the support of the mayor and the town council is very important for We Feed, because we have 11 food pantries in town and 2 soup kitchens. And the food pantry feed roughly 600 families per month, which is a large number of people. We live in a great community, but unfortunately, some people in our community, to circumstances sometimes they have no control over, need a little boost with food each month. So our food pantries are there to supplement them with their regular food that they would normally go to ShopRite for. So what you collected here will be added. Our volunteers will take it directly to the food pantry this morning. We'll go right out to our clients. So you're making a direct impact to the people that we help every day in Woodbridge that really need our help. So I would just introduce, we have 11 food pantries in town, but we have a few people here from the different food pantries. Starting with the lady on the left is Jane Strauss, who works at the Trinity Soup Kitchen and the Trinity Food Pantry in Woodbridge. Bob Steffen is from the Woodbridge Presbyterian Church of Woodbridge. We have Dolores Androvich, who works for Heaven's Helpers in Woodbridge. We have Brendan Foley, who's subbing for his mom, who's away on a family vacation, from St. James Church in Woodbridge. We have Marion Felix from Island Presbyterian Church of Island, and Mike from St. Cecilia's Church in Island as well. As I said, we have 11 food pantries in town. We probably have well over 100 volunteers that work every month to make sure those that are hungry, those that have certain situations, are fed with appropriate food. So again, thank you very much for your donation.
All right. Let's hear for all these volunteers. Again, they're the ones that are going to take what's behind us here and get it ready and get it out to the people who need it. So these people are invaluable to the whole cause. We need people to give on one end, and we have people that need it on the other end. But if there's no volunteers in the middle, this food would sit here. And it can't sit there. It's got to get ready and get out to the people who need it. So that's why they're so important. So next up, we have some people who are in our business community. You guys haven't done 4th grade civics yet, obviously, because you're still in 3rd grade. But Debbie Meehan is a council person. And you'll learn it. There's the executive branch, which is me. There's a legislative branch, which is her. We work together for the whole town. There's 9 council people, and then there's the mayor. And we all have to work together and have, similar visions for where this town's going to go. And we work on it together to make sure we get there. So way back when we first got here, we said we want to really work on the food pantries and the soup kitchens. It's something that it's really important to us. So with Debbie's help, I'll let her explain it, but she ran an event that raised a whole lot of money, probably the most money of anybody Debbie and these people from the business community raised, and I'll let them explain how they did it. So Debbie Meehan, our councilwoman.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. I can't think of a better place to spend Valentine's Day than here with you to see all the wonderful gifts that you gave to so many families that are hungry. You guys are so lucky that you can go home and you have breakfast in the morning and lunch and dinner, but there's some other children your age that go to bed hungry every day. So the gifts that you're giving to them are so important to help them and to feed them and to make them stronger. So what you did is really good, and you should be very proud of yourself. So give yourselves a hand. So we do an event every year to help the food pantries restock their pantries in February, along with the Cloney Business Group. We have Mary Ann from Vern Fallow Dance School and Gwen from Investors Bank, and our other people from CBC are working today in Colonia, so they couldn't be here with us. But we work really hard, and we have an event, it's called Taste of Colonia, where we have different restaurants come, and we sample their food, and everybody brings a can of food and pays money to get in, and we take that money, and then in turn, we give it to Peter so that he can help restock the food pantries and give some money to those different pantries that we have. Like he said, we all think about our pantries during the holidays, but we forget about it in the wintertime. So it's so important that we as a community get together and we donate food and money to help them. So on behalf of the Colonia business community, we would like to present a check to you for $6,000. And on top of the $6,000, we also collected 700 pounds of food, which I probably have another 50 in my car.
He's the paparazzi.
So again, thank you for all you do, because it really, really matters to people that are hungry that you give. So as you grow older, continue to give to the food pantries, continue to do good things for your community. Okay, happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you, guys. All right, I'm going to ask a question. Who can answer me or answer why it's important that we collect money in addition to food? Why? Red hair, yep.
So, like, people can't, like, if they're hungry, but they can buy other things,
Like what? What's not up here? What do you see? You see what? What is not up here? What? No, not clothes. What's that? Water. No, you're on the right track. Yes, sir. No. No. Yes. What kind of food? There's some greens and proteins here. What isn't here? What isn't up here? What? Money? No. What kind of food? What product group, what food group is not up here? No. Dairy. Why isn't dairy up here? Go ahead. You answered it. Keep going. Because you can't. Can you donate a quart of milk?
No.
Why? What?
It's going to spoil.
It's going to spoil. Can you donate bread? No. Can you donate cheese? No. Right? So people need that stuff too. So these are what they call non-perishables, boxes and cans that don't go bad. But we can't collect milk because by the time the people bring it to school, and then it gets in the pile, and you wait for somebody to pick it up, and then it takes over to the food pantry, and then it gets divided up and sent out, it would be spoiled, right? So you need the cash to help buy all those other products that people need, like milk and like bread and like cheese and things like that. So that's why Debbie got a whole lot of food donations, but the $6,000, Peter goes to a store up in Hillside, and he buys the bread and the milk and the cheese and all those things at a really good price, and he puts that in, and these people then divide it up and take it out. So that's why it's important to collect food, but it's also very important to collect money. All right, and now we're going to give out some proclamations to you guys. You get your very own mayor's proclamation. This is serious. In about 10 years, you can sell it on eBay for $0.25. When you're cleaning out your closet, when you're going to college, and you say, oh yeah, I remember I got this when I was in 3rd grade from Mayor McCormick. And you'll say, my goodness, he's still the mayor. Right? Why not? Why not?
Do you want me to help you?
Yeah. We can get to the... Melissa Finnerty is the 3rd grade teacher. Where's Melissa? Congratulations. All right, we're going to try to do this quick because we've got to give a chance for questions. So just raise your hand and I'll bring it to you. Bella Almonte. Amal Asim. Paul Astain Jr. That's a serious name, Jr. Anaya A. Azhar. Ania. Okay, Layla Sophia Gray. I got a bad knee, you're making me walk. Tresta Jadok. Nathan Kamanu. Christian Ty Karras. Caleb Kochis. Coaches. Did you just correct the mayor on national TV? Finat Latif. Joseph Massimino. That's why I recognize you. You're Joey's kid. I knew I recognized you, but I wasn't sure why. And Beat the Mystery. Abigail Natter. Oh my God, why can't you guys all sit in the same row? Vinny Patel. Bhavan Patel. Tyler Penna. Oh, it says Kyle, we have an extra R, we'll fix it. Michaela Quinones. Uh-oh, Mike Valentine. Come here, let's get a special picture. Here, you hold this, and I'll hold this, and we have a special Valentine's picture. Okay. You know what? I sure hope my wife doesn't watch this TV show, or I'm in big trouble. And Bahul Vamali. You read one? Oh, I'll read them and you, yeah. Okay, our teacher, Dolores Boyd. Azan Asen. Chantal Amante. Alexandra Alvarez. Kim Barron. Okay. Lily Bausch. That's why I know. No, not yet. Here's this one. You guys can stand up and stretch. Your dad's a fireman, right? Yeah. Oh, mom's a fireman. That's right. That's even better. Jake Bosch. Lily Meyer. Dimitrios Katsakis. Priyank Wambachaya. Where's Lily? Emily Lukasinski. Geraldine Matthew. Victoria Petrus. Colton Casada. Hey, my fishing buddy. Give me some of that, man. How you doing? Anthony Reynoso. Naya Marin Rocamonte Clark. My gosh, that's a lot of vowels in there. Shiraj Salman. Shiraj Salman? All right, Lamani Sharma. Christopher Houston Stark. And Amar Webb. And now the last class. Teacher Leslie Cardello. Watch this. Watch this. She's my daughter's friend. We went to high school together. In fact, my daughter just came back from Texas last August to be in Leslie's wedding. How cool is that? They're best friends since high school. Thank you. Jai Krish Agarwal. Isabella Aquino. Ethan Banco. Sayaf Butt. Taya Chandwala. Santa Krishna Chejian. Prisha Kandari. Arnav Kohli. Jashruti Magesh. Armani Maglione. Alexander Marcan. Daniel Maloja. Is what? Maloya? Okay, sorry about that, dude. Julia Nysick. Nila Saravan. Risha Shah. Anaya Narula Sharma. Aditya Shinde. Aditya. Muhammad Wahid. And Kayla Willard. All right, let's hear for all the kids with Mayor's Proclamations. Okay, now what we usually do around now is we play Ask the Mayor questions. And ask anything you want, but sometimes if I don't answer, it's on the advice of my attorney, who sometimes tells me don't answer these tough questions. All right. I guess I should stand back here. So, yes, Mr. Casada.
What do you like and what teams do you like?
What do I like? I like being mayor.
No, what sports and teams?
Oh, what sports? Okay. I like baseball a lot, and I'm a diehard New York Yankee fan. I love the Yankees. They're the best. The Mets, I'm not here. Here's the thing, though. I don't hate the Mets. I don't hate the Mets.
They're still from New York.
They're still from New York. They're still local. A lot of my friends are Met fans. It's okay. But the problem is a lot of Met fans really hate the Yankees. But I'm a Yankee fan, and I don't hate the Mets. Yes, sir. Red Sox. Oh, we hate the Red Sox. Yeah, we don't like the Red Sox. Nope. You know what's weird is I love Boston. The city's great. The Red Sox aren't. I don't like them. Yes. How did I become mayor? Okay, there's what they call an election. And your parents go on election day, the first Tuesday in November. I don't know if you've ever gone with your parents, but there's a big booth. And they open the curtain, they go into the booth. And there in front of them are two names, John E. McCormick or Mr. Knucklehead. And they have to decide, do I want John E. McCormick to be the mayor, or do I want Mr. Knucklehead to be the mayor? And thankfully, 4 times so far, they voted for me instead of some knucklehead. And that's why I'm the mayor. It's an election, and it happens every 4 years. And not this November, but next November, there'll be another election, and I'll be running again, and they'll probably put some knucklehead against me again, and I'll just have to beat him again. Yes?
Since we have all this food back here,
Right.
we have lots of cereal. What do you think your favorite cereal is?
Oh, my favorite cereal. Oh, boy. When I was a kid, I used to love Rice Krispies. And I love to dip them in the milk, just put them, roll below the milk, and then put sugar on it. And every spoonful, I wanted to get sugar in the spoonful. So I used to strategically place the sugar everywhere. And then when I ran out of sugar, I put more sugar on. But now I think, what cereal do I like? Frosted Flakes. Frosted Flakes. Tony the Tiger, they're great! Right? Yes, sir. You.
What is your favorite thing to do?
My favorite thing to do is be mayor. My favorite thing to do is come to schools and talk to kids. I think that's fabulous. I had such a good time last week. Then I went to Ross Street School after I left here and read to the first graders. That was fun. Yes, sir.
What's your favorite football team?
The New York Giants, which we didn't have a good year. We did not have a good year. And I was very upset with Odell Beckham Jr. when he did what he did in the end zone, and I stopped watching football the whole rest of the year. Like they say, football attendance or football viewership went down 13% because of all the knuckleheads in the NFL. I was one of the 13%. I stopped watching it. I didn't even watch the Super Bowl. I didn't. I listened to it, but I didn't watch it. I sat at my kitchen table, and I had a jigsaw puzzle on the table, and my back was to the TV, and I could hear it, but I wasn't watching it because I was here last week, right? I told you I wanted to find a way for the Eagles to lose without the Patriots winning. That was my goal. That was my goal. It's not possible, but I figured if I could invent a way for the Eagles to lose without the Patriots winning, I could be a multimillionaire. I'm thinking maybe a lightning storm and the stadium gets blown up and nobody gets hurt, but they cancel the Super Bowl. That's what I wanted. Yes. Why did I want to be the mayor? It's a very good question. See, I used to work for the town. I was the town's accountant, which means I was in charge of all the money that came in and all the money that went out. So for 10 years, I was working with the mayor very closely, and I kind of liked the job of being mayor. So I said, someday, the first chance I get, I'm going to run for mayor. But you can't just be the mayor. The people have to vote for you. Your parents have to pick who's the mayor. It's not like I can walk into interview and say, I'd like to be the mayor. Can you hire me? There's got to be an election, and your parents have to vote for me. Yes. My favorite thing about being mayor, I think, is going to the schools and talking to the kids and going to the senior clubs and talking to the seniors. Yes?
What was your favorite day of being mayor?
My favorite day of being mayor? I mean, of all time? That's a tough one. Deb, help me. What's my favorite day of being mayor? Of all time? I'll tell you what. Well, today's cool. It happened recently, but we just opened up a place for special needs adults to have a place to go during the day, like a a daycare for special needs adults that used to have to go hours away or hour away, and now they can come to Woodbridge, and the families really like it because they're the people who can't live on their own and they need a place to go to get programs. And we opened it up in January. That was a really special day when we opened that. Yes, sir.
Why did you ask me, why were you like, are you correcting the mayor on national TV?
Yeah, because you're not supposed to correct the mayor on national TV.
And you know what else I said other than, yeah, I did?
Yeah, you did.
And guess what else I said?
What?
And it's going to be on your track record.
Oh, very funny. Very funny. Okay, red shirt. Yes, sir. What age did I start wanting to be mayor? Good question. I guess when I worked for the town, 1992, I was 44. Does that make sense? I'm 59. I know I don't look a day over 58. I don't even look 59. See, if I colored my hair like some of my friends, I'd look 49. But I refuse to color my hair because I figure whatever you got, you got. You can't, you know. Right. Yes, sir. A day? I don't even have any idea how much I make in a day. Divide my salary by 365. You figure it out. You figure it out, tough guy. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. How many people don't have food? Too many. I don't know the answer to that, but it's too many. I really don't know, but in this town, it's sad to say we have a very nice town. I think we're the best town around, but we still have people that go to bed hungry, and as long as we have one family going to bed hungry, that's too many. Yes?
So how much money, so do you collect all the money that each food costs?
I don't anymore, no. I have people that do that for me. I'm like the big cheese. I don't have to do any work. I just supervise. I just tell people what to do and they just have to do it or else they're in big trouble. I'm kidding, yes. My favorite color is green. And everybody thinks it's because I'm Irish, but no, it's because green's the color of money. Dollar bills are green. Yes. The hardest thing I ever, oh boy, who gave them these questions? I'll tell you, I don't know the hardest actual thing, but what's very difficult is when I have to discipline people or sometimes fire employees for doing the wrong thing. That's very difficult because it's hard to get a job with the town, but it's very easy to lose it. I say that all the time. It's tough to get a job working for Woodbridge. Like his father's a cop. It's very tough to be a cop. But if you make mistakes, any job, if you make mistakes and do the wrong thing or do something illegal, you can't work for the town anymore. And that's very difficult to tell somebody you can't work here anymore. Yes? I'm not telling you my birthday. Oh, you want to send me presents? Yes. It's May 27th. May 21st, that was my father's. He passed away. That was his birthday. You know what? We won't do it now. We don't have time. But if you take 30 people at random, you'll guarantee to find 2 people with the same birthday. I do this every time. If you go, some people say, oh, you probably have to get 100 people before you have 2 with the same birthday. No. Let's do it. All right, real quick. I'll point to give you your birthday. Go.
April 10th. September 19th.
If anybody has the same birthday, raise your hand. September 19th? October 20th? May 21st? May 21st, there you go. Oh, you're twins. That doesn't count. What do you think? I was born yesterday? That's not fair. Okay, glad. June 29th. September 11th. July 8th. March 20th. April 17th. February 22nd. March 10th. December 2nd. Nobody would duplicate. That's 12. August 14th. March 31st. February 13th. December 5th. October 9th. There's an October 9th. You're more than 30. December 5th. Okay, there's one. July 31st. October 8th. Sorry? October 8th. See? August 19th. May 31st. Someone said that, no? Okay. June 8th. You got June 8th? See, all right, so we went to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 24 people, we have two birthdays the same. I don't count you guys because we didn't get to you yet. So the 24th person, we have the same birthday. October 8th? December 3rd? January 8th? October 24th? November 17th? June 30th. There you go. That's 30 people and we found 2 together. It'll happen every time, I tell you. Don't ask me why. Well, I know why, statistics. But that's why. What else? Go ahead.
Do you hate the Saints?
Do I who?
Hate the Saints.
What Saints? Why would I hate this? The Saints. Why would I hate the Saints? You mean the Port Reading Saints or the New Orleans Saints? No, I don't hate the Saints. No, the Saints are nice. They won a Super Bowl. Oh, Drew Brees is going to go to the Hall of Fame. It's cool. Yes. My first favorite Valentine? I was in love with Mary Beth Leahy in 2nd grade. Yes, I was. She was this cute little Irish girl with freckles, and I was a not-so-cute little Irish boy with freckles. And I had freckles all over me when I was in 2nd grade. And I just fell in love with Mary Beth Leahy because she had freckles too. We both had the most freckles in the school. And that's why I fell in love with her. Except she wanted no part of me. And now she's probably upset about that decision. Probably very upset. Because then we went to high school together, after we went to grammar school together, and we went to high school together. And I became a nerd, and she became a cheerleader. And she stopped talking to me. She wanted no part of me, because I was like this nerdy little math student, and I was always studying, and always in the library, and she was a cool cheerleader. You think she wanted to talk to me? No. But I'll bet you now she wishes she did. Because I'm the mayor, exactly. Right? I bet she's not married to a mayor now, is she? No. Her life is probably miserable because she's not married to a mayor.
If she wants to talk to you, you're going to be like, nope.
Nope, I'm not talking to her anymore. Yes. My favorite place to go on vacation? Oh boy. I've been to Ireland 3 times. That's where a lot of my family is. My father was one of 6 kids, and he was the only one to come across to America. So I have 22 first cousins over in Ireland. So I went there 3 times. That's probably the next place I'll go. I like going over there on vacation. Yes. I like rock music more than country. I don't dislike country, but I love rock. Bruce Springsteen, the Eagles, Meatloaf, Boston, Jackson Browne, Bob Seger, they're all cool. Yes. Michael Jackson's okay. It's not my favorite kind of music, but yes. What's what? My least favorite? Oh, I don't know. I don't like the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't like the New England Patriots. I don't like the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the thing. I have nothing against the Dallas Cowboys, but I don't like their owner, Jerry Jones. I think he's a knucklehead. I think he should run against mayor against me, and I'll beat him. Yes.
You know when you say, like, you're trying to be mayor from some knucklehead?
Right?
Is knucklehead their actual last name?
No, knucklehead's not their actual name, no. I just call them a knucklehead, because why would they run against me? They're going to lose. I mean, you got to really be a knucklehead to run against me, don't you think?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm not bragging. I'm kidding. Not really. Yes, sir.
Do you know who voted for you? Because I want to know if my parents voted.
You ask them then. Go ask them. Say, Mom, Dad, I met the mayor in school today. Did you vote for him? See, here's the trick. Once I win, everybody says they voted for me. I can't find anyone who says they didn't vote for me. Because once you win, hey, did you vote for me? Who's going to say no? No one's going to say no. They're all going to say, of course I did, Mr. Mayor. Yes. My favorite singer is Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. Yes. How many Valentines have I gotten? That's the first one I've gotten in a long, long time. It's special to me. No, seriously. Even all the years I've come to school, 26, I've never gotten Valentines until this year. Oh, when I was a kid, I told you I didn't get many Valentines. I was like a nerd. I was that kid in the corner with the glasses and the calculator, doing his homework and reading books and like minding my own business. I was bad at sports. I was not very popular. I couldn't talk to girls. I was so shy. Seriously. Look what happened to me now. Yeah. But I was not very outgoing when I was in grammar school. I was terrible, in fact. Yes. Your uncle's friends with Bruce Springsteen? Hook me up. Yes, young lady. Yes. Oh, mathematics. Absolutely. Ew. I am such a weird... Math is not boring. If you know math, keep quiet, keep quiet, keep quiet. If you know math, you got life set. Because if you know math, and especially if you know how math works with business, no matter what you do, you have to know business. You have to know math. No matter what you do, you also have to be able to read and write. So, you guys ever do puzzles, math puzzles? Who does Sudokus? Anybody do Sudokus? Yeah? I do like 10 a day on my computer. I'm crazy. I'm really freaky. Yes. Say that loud. Sibling? I'm the oldest of 5 kids. It's me, then my sister, my brother, my sister, my brother. We're one girl short of a Brady Bunch. We almost have a Brady Bunch in the McCormick family. You guys don't even know what the Brady Bunch is? They don't know what I'm talking about. Your mom watches the Brady Bunch? That's classic TV, by the way. Classic. Yes, Casada. How many girlfriends have I had? That's a rather personal question. Not many. I'll tell you what, when I was in high school, and it came time to get someone to go to the high school prom with me, I couldn't find anybody in my high school to go with me. So at the time I worked in Woolworths at Menlo Park Mall, and I had to ask a girl in Woolworths to go to the prom with me because no one in the high school would go with me because I was too much of a nerd. And now look at me. Ha ha. No, that's true. I didn't have many girlfriends. I met my wife junior year in college in 1978 when I was 20. So for the last 39 years, is that right? Yeah, geez. Yeah, almost 40 years. I've been either my wife was my girlfriend or my wife in the last 40 years almost. Yes. My color? Kind of car? I drive a Ford Explorer, but that's kind of boring. I don't know what kind of car. I used to have a Toyota Supra. That was pretty cool. That was pretty hot back then. Yes. Favorite animal is an owl. I love owls. They're so cool. I saw one once in Ford's on the Greenway. We were walking, and somebody says, "Is that an owl?" And I said, "Don't be ridiculous. There's no owls in Ford's." And they kept walking. They said, "No, come here, look." And I said, "All right, I'll look. I'll humor you." And I looked over, and it was an owl. I never saw an owl in the wild before. It was so cool. Yes?
One thing that is similar with both of us, we both like math.
Max?
Math.
Oh, math. Math is the best subject in the world. Yes. My favorite ice cream flavor is Haagen-Dazs strawberry. Not any strawberry. It's got to be Haagen-Dazs strawberry. Yes. I don't know. I'm not a car guy. I drive whatever they give me. I don't really like cars that much. Yes. Yes. That's a good question. If I wasn't the mayor, what would I be? Probably go back to what I used to do, which was be an accountant and take care of money and finances and budgets and numbers. I did people's taxes and stuff like that. I'd probably go back to do that, yes. There's math tables? Oh yeah, the bar charts. Yeah, that's pretty cool, yes. My least favorite subject? I can't say because some of you might have the favorite subject. No. English. I didn't like English. That's a good choice. Yeah, all right, keep it down. We got a few more questions. I got to get rolling, yes. Yeah, you can be shy. It's okay. You can be shy. It's okay to be shy. Just be nice. Yes. My favorite movie, you never heard of it, is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's a cool movie. When I was a kid, The first movie I ever saw in the movie theater was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. My father took me and my sister and my brother, because the other two weren't born yet, I don't think. But he took us to Perth Amboy to go see Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. That was my first movie I ever saw in the movies. Yes.
I had a Valentine, but I was like very cold, so I threw it out.
That's not good. No, you have to have the question. No statements. Yes, sir. Favorite basketball player? I don't like basketball, really, to be honest with you. Steph's good. Yeah, Steph's good. Yeah, I'd say he's pretty cool. Yes. Oh, my wife's going to be mad if she sees me getting a Valentine from a pretty girl. Oh, she's going to be upset. She's going to see, who's that? Why are you talking to her? Why did she give you a Valentine? What are you doing? Is that where you were when you were out late last night? Were you with Michaela? No, I'm kidding. I don't want to embarrass Michaela. She did it. She's embarrassed enough. Yes, 2 more questions. No. Yes. Favorite school? Well, the ones I went to St. Cecilia's when it was right over there. It's still there, but it's not St. Cecilia's anymore. And then I went to St. Thomas Aquinas. Now it's Bishop R. And then I went to Rutgers. And then I went to St. John's for my master's. Yes. Yes.
How many conferences did you went to?
How many conferences do I go to? A whole bunch, like 5 a year. Last question, guy with the red shirt.
When you said you like math as your favorite subject, I like lunch as my favorite subject.
Lunch is not a subject. Don't be silly. That's not a question. Last question.
When you said that they put on advertisements that they go sell out.
Oh, no, not that one, but that's another local school, too. Oh, you live on Fairview or Outlook?
Outlook.
Oh, okay.
Make sure that went down.
All right. Do you have a question or statement? Question. Last question.
Do you like soccer?
I don't like soccer. No, I don't.
I love soccer. I play
It's a very good sport. It gets you in shape. It teaches you teamwork and discipline. But I just don't like it. I didn't play it when I was a kid. There was no soccer when I was a kid. We all played stickball on the street, and then we played touch tackle football. If you were on the street, you got touched, you're down. If you were on the grass, you had to get tackled to get down. That was fun, touch tackle. And stickball with the little pink Spalding and a broomstick. And if you got chalk, you made the bases on the street. And every house, the first house was a single, the second house was a double, the third house was a triple, and if you hit it to Wall Street at the end, that was a home run. Those were good times growing up.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. That's it. No more questions. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Welcome, Mayor McCormick. We're so glad that we have you joining us here today with our student council moderators, Dr. Emma and Mr. Peter, who are here to congratulate our students on the wonderful job that they did in the Have a Heart collection for Woodbridge. Our student councils at the beginning of, not the student council, the Junior National Honor Society, at the beginning of our Catholic Schools Week, gave a presentation on hunger in our world to all of the different classes. And they did such a great job. I mean, this is the fruit of their work. And we have our Social Justice Committee who goes to St. James food pantry. They've visited there. And then we have our student council here who actually do the collection for Have a Heart. So we are very proud of them, and we are proud to present it to you. So thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I don't know if you mentioned, but this is St. John Vianney School. I mean, we all know that, but did you say that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you said that. We are at St. John Vianney School in Colonia, which is a terrific school. It's my parish. It's where my daughter went to school and graduated back in, I don't know. Many years ago. In fact, you remind me of her so much. That's why I always talk to you. Emily won the Mayor's Volunteer Award years ago, and she so reminds me of my daughter because she was a little redhead too and looked just like you. But anyway, we have a proclamation to present to the school and thank them. As you know, the Have a Heart Food Drive happens every year in January and February. People in November, December, Thanksgiving, Christmas always think about, or frequently think about those in need. And it's on people's minds during the holidays. And then New Year's Day comes, and for the next couple of months, it's the winter, it's cold, it's snowy, and people just don't think of people who need food. So Peter started back in the mid-'90s, I think 1995. Peter works for our health department. He started the Have a Heart Food Drive. It's tied to February 14th, so we ask people or businesses to donate either $214 or 214 pounds of food. This is now, we're watching this on February 15th. We're a day later. Yesterday we were at School 26 in Island. I think we were just a couple of $1,000 short of last year's goal and a couple of 1,000 pounds of food short of last year's goal. But based on this haul behind us, we might just go over the top on the food today. And there's still some time to get everything in, so I'm very confident we'll exceed last year's totals for both food and for dollars. So I want to present this proclamation to Madam Principal and thank you for your leadership of this great school. As you said, we have the student council, we have the student council advisors. I want to present this to you.
Thank you.
And thank you. Take a quick picture. We also have Dr. Emma Yepes-Ziegenbalg, who's here, who is a chiropractor. I still can't believe a woman as slight as you are could ever actually like crack my back as a guy as big as I am. But she did it once, and she did it good. It was I just wanted to see her do it. She's a business lady in Colonia. She's also a parent of a student here.
Gabby.
Gabby still goes here. You want to say something? I know she works with the Colonia business community, who yesterday presented us with $6,000 that they raised with Councilwoman Debbie Meehan on the Taste of Colonia. You want to say anything about that effort and the fact that you're a parent of a student in this great school? I'll put you on the spot.
Great. We love St. John Vianney. They're so involved with anything to do with the community, helping those in need. And it's a great experience to be here and be able to help everybody around that needs us. That's it. Great school.
I'd also like to ask Peter to say a few words. As I said, Peter is the conscience of Woodbridge when it comes to the food pantries and the soup kitchens. He's the guy that coordinates between what the students just did and the school just did here now and the ultimate distribution of the food. Peter kind of sets everything up in between. He takes the cash donations. I'll ask you about that in a minute. I asked the kids yesterday. Let's see if anybody here gets the answers right. Let me ask Peter to say a few words about his effort and how this all works.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And, on behalf of the We Feed Committee, which is 11 food pantries in Woodbridge, 2 soup kitchens, we cannot thank the mayor and the council enough for their support of We Feed, because without their support and their backing behind us, we would not be what we are today. We Feed is a network of 11 food pantries. We feed approximately 600 families per month through those 11 food pantries, and our soup kitchens feed about 120 people per week. So the need is great, and as the mayor said, usually at the holiday times we get a great deal of food in, which is great, and we stockpile it. But as we go into the latter part of winter, into spring, the food drives kind of slack off, and the need becomes very great. So this will certainly give us a great start for the spring. So thank you for your donation.
Thank you, Peter. Brendan, you're here on behalf of your mom in St. James Food Pantry. You want to say anything? Brendan's mom is one of the big volunteers over in St. James. That's probably our largest food pantry. Do you want to say anything about the effort there?
Sure. So I think a lot of times people don't realize that no matter where you are, there's always people who are in need. And Emily has come there so many times. And I think in St. John Vianney, it's part of your culture to just help everyone around and in our community. And just on behalf of how awesome all of you are and what great leaders we're about to have going into high school. Just very thankful for you guys and everything you've done. A lot of people are going to not go hungry because of you. So thank you.
Terrific. All right. And now comes a time where I put the kids on the spot. You know where I'm going first. You know who I'm asking to come up and say a few words first. Emily?
So this experience was so fun. It was an eye-opener to actually see that one can of vegetables or one pasta can do so much for one family in need. It was very fun, and I hope to do it again very soon.
And you say, Brenda said you were at St. James at the food pantry?
Yes.
What did you do there? Just help sort? And...
Yes, we stocked the shelves and just helped sort things out. And then we also did for social justice, we did Barnes & Noble book wrapping. And then we raised money, and then we brought it over to the food pantry so they could buy the food.
All right, terrific. That gets to my next question. Anybody else who wants to volunteer to say a few words? Anybody? Nobody.
You want me to say something?
I think you, yes.
Okay.
Come on.
Did you do the food wrapping too? The wrapping?
No, not the wrapping, but I do social
Well, good.
justice.
Tell me about social justice.
So this is like the first year that we've been doing social justice, and I joined it, like my friend group and I, and we all do it together, and it's nice knowing that like just something that you can do as like a person can help so many others. Like, I know I would personally love, like if I was in a situation like that, I would love to know that others are there for me who are like more fortunate than to help me. And I love helping other people because it makes me feel like a good person, that I'm doing good for like people in my community, and just knowing. Yeah.
Why do you kids always so afraid to come up, and when you come up you say such beautiful things? Like everybody's, no, I don't want to speak, and then boom, you nailed it. All right, who's next? How about you, little guy? Come here. I want to ask you a question. Why do you think, let's see, why do you think the money's important? Do we use the money to go buy more Rice Krispies? Do we use the money to buy more rice and roni? What do you think we need the cash for? What does that help us with?
I think when we have the cash, we can help people, like, get more materials so we can help others.
Well, what kind of foods do we buy with that you don't see here?
We could get chicken, meat,
Right,
turkey.
okay, and what else? And what else? What's the big food group you don't see here? You got it, you got it. It's right on your tip of your tongue. You got the meats. What else do we have here? Begins with a D.
Dessert.
No. I know where his mind is. That's wrong. Good answer. Good answer. No, like dairy. Like you can't bring milk to a food drive because it goes bad. You can't bring cheese. You can't bring eggs. So when we collect the cash, Peter goes out and he goes to this place in Hillside where he gets great bargains, and he buys whole gigantic, blocks of cheese, and he buys, hundreds of eggs at once, and he buys all the milk he needs, and then he comes back and divides it up and gets it right out so it stays fresh. But that's why we say non-perishable, bring a can or a box of food, because if we said bring a block of cheese, it would go bad, or bring some bread, it would go bad. So all that stuff is where the money goes. Good job, man. Good job. All right. Anybody else want to say anything? You want to come up? Give it a shot, man. Tell me. Daring young man.
I just wanted to say that this is a very important project that we do as a community, and like Peter said, especially this time of year, because during Christmas time and Thanksgiving, everyone thinks, oh, let's give to the homeless. But it's during these times where there aren't that many holidays that it's actually more important to give food because less people think about it. So this project is really important as a community.
Good job. Good job. All right, well, Madam Principal and your counselors here, obviously you've done a real good job with these kids, because I tell you, it always happens. You put them on the spot, and they just like, what are you worried about? Why are you worried about speaking when you guys are so eloquent and articulate? Because you go to, you learn this stuff. You're all very good. You guys were fantastic. So thank you all for watching. Again, St. John Vianney Food Drive with their student council. If you look behind us, there's a whole lot of food that they've collected. So I think it's just a tremendous effort. Let you guys give yourselves a round of applause. And please, Madam Principal, express our gratitude to the rest of the school for everything they did.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you all for watching.